WAFC Memory says, ask Andy how his one and only show with Johnny Vaughan went.
Oh, yeah, that was tremendous. But that's funny enough. Who was talking? Michael Parkinson was talking about this on Graham Norton last night, saying...
What, about your show with Johnny Vaughan?
He was making the point that whatever you do in broadcasting, the thing that people remember, you know, like the thing with him, it's the Emu, and it's Meg Ryan, never mind all those fabulous interviews he did. And it's the same with us. On fantasy football, people talk about Johnny Rotten and Bridget Nielsen, and it's the things that go wrong. The Johnny Vaughan show people particularly remember. It's something about it. Well, people like it when it all goes absolutely pear-shaped.
So,
Ben the Spurs fan, he's another one of these people that likes to rub it in. He said, it's all on YouTube. Type in Vaughan and Jacobs abrupt end. It's gold. It wasn't gold for me, man. Anyone punched him after the show.
What was so wrong with it?
Because he's a brilliant broadcaster, Johnny, but he's so undisciplined. It was just it didn't fit our show at all. And I was trying to sort of steer it in its normal course. And he was just sitting with his feet on the desk like a 10-year-old sulking. Ben the Spurs fan, he's another one of these people that likes to rub it in. He said, it's all on YouTube. Type in Vaughan and Jacobs abrupt end. It's gold.
I'm looking for someone to change my life. I'm looking for a miracle in my life.
But the big question is this: will the British football watching nation subscribe to 2 channels, which they're going to have to do from next season if they want to watch the football that they're used to seeing live? How many of your listeners are even aware that there is no Champions League football on Sky Sports from next season for 3 years is the deal? I'm not sure how many people are even aware of that. To watch Champions League or Europa League football live from next season, it is all on BT Sport.
But you see, I think you have to watch it here when you have 2 competing satellite broadcasters, because you bill yourselves as providing something, but all everyone else sees is just... What a bore! I've got to pay another subscription, and actually, you get the. I
just have the idea. For me, the problem is the idea of players like Lionel Messi, kids who haven't got Sky or homes who haven't got BT, are not going to see these great players, and I think that's a tragedy.
I think it's a tragedy as well. It was great to have them on ITV, and I think people kind of appreciated that, and especially the way they carved it up with Sky seemed to work quite nicely. The idea of it
that was a good arrangement. And the question will be in a year's time. And listen, I've got a lot of friends who work for Sky and for BT Sport, and they do the job very, very well indeed. But it is still a subscription, and the question is how many people are going to do it, and how many people do we think will watch the Champions League final live in a year's time, bearing in mind that the peak audience on Saturday, without an English team involved, and quite a nice evening, where perhaps a lot of people was 7 million. How many do we think it would? It might be as few as 1.5 million people who will actually sit down to watch the Champions League final.
The pubs will do very well, Clive.
Well, they may well, and whoever the next WYSIWYG is, because
WYSIWYG. Clive, we've got to stop. We've got to stop. I think you're absolutely right. I think what will happen is the pubs will do very well out of it, and hopefully, on the plus side, it'll become more of a big night down the pub, more social. But on the minus side, as Clive says, less kids will be sampling the talent, flavouring the talent of Messi. Thank you very much to Clive Tildersley. Personally, I think what's happened is the same mistake boxing made when it vanished.
Yes, the same problem.
From ITV, because you've got the Messis. If you imagine Barcelona, Tyson, they realised he was so popular, he's a share driver. Hopefully he'll bring them in to subscription. But after that, the drop-off for all other weight divisions, just about, the middleweight vanishing for years. And it only being about the heavyweight division. We're seeing it just coming back now, which is nice. But it just took it away from the people. We used to enjoy watching Muhammad Ali on ITV. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
For letting me on. Clive Tildersley was superb.
He always is.
He really is. I mean, God, you can't get a word in edgeways with that guy. Oh my God, he talks. Sorry I've annoyed you all today, but if you think I was annoying, you went for Durham. He's warming up. He's literally, I don't know if you ever see the bullpen at baseball. You see those guys just chewing tobacco and just spitting and just looking psycho. But he's like a raging bull. He's with Goffey, his oppo. They're lined up to entertain you for the next few hours. Right here on talkSPORT. Thank you very much. That was Hawksby and Jacobs.